Welcome back to Satisfactory. We're making a classic Satisfactory video about the classic battery. So good. We're in the midst of, this is our aluminum stuff tower, and right back there, that's where we're making our batteries. But in order to get that going, we need sulfur. And this was the point where we were going to add sulfur to the mix. So let's go ahead and give ourselves a little bit of a foundation to start that process. Ooh, I want a wall we can put right here. The sulfur connections are right there. We have these additional connections as options. It might be simple enough just to drop the drone ports right here. Okay, we're right on the edge as far as power goes. But we can nudge this. I like having the drone port on the edge. But look how ginormous this building is. The original plan was to have 2 of these. I do want to keep this place for the platform for the hyper cannon. So I could keep it all the way and then have a little hyper cannon hole. Not a euphemism. And let's put this in here like this. So I'm checking because we could theoretically have 2 lines into this and maximize our speed. I should wait to upgrade that when I'm ready to do it all the way. So I'm going to take this one. We're going to reverse this. Connect you like that. And then reverse this one, connect you like that. And then each one of these will get their own output of sulfur. Like so. The second one from this side. Right here. I know we have power in here because we're flying around. Oh, here we go. We're just building those drones, one drone for each station, jet black, in order to free up our inventory. Those drones they don't take a lot of ingredients, but they just take a lot of inconvenient ingredients. All right, so now we have output of sulfur. And then we know we need to input batteries. Let's put some batteries in here just to get us started. This is going to be a short trip, so it's not going to be very battery efficient, but we kind of want to get the batteries going. And we're going to make a lot of batteries, so I'm not worried about running out or anything. That's almost a clipping situation. Ah, who am I kidding? That's a clipping situation. Let's get that out of there. Let's go to the side. And same with you. Sometimes you build from the beginning to the end. Sometimes you build from the end to the beginning. And sometimes you build from the middle to the end, and then from the middle to the beginning. And I think we're in one of those situations right now. So this is going to be where the batteries come out, in, and up. Like so. Batteries are going to come into the system from the batteries using the sulfur delivered using the batteries. We're going to come down easy 6. Splitter. Okay, that's batteries for everyone. I think. What else do we want to do here? We should rename this. So we want this to be battery, sulfur, beta. And we'll make you battery, sulfur, alpha. Okay. Let's grab a little concrete. Maybe not quite that much. Maybe we don't need so much plastic. And what else can we do to sort of lighten our load here? That is a lot of concrete. Most of that concrete request is part of the classic battery tower. Okay, so a little aluminum, I think, makes sense. We got plenty of aluminum that we can grab. I've almost forgotten where this was. It's right around here, though. Not enough space for the purple power, or the yellow power slug. Alright, I don't want to get myself too distracted here, but... playing too much Dyson Sphere makes me want that to be another planet that I can fly to. Ooh, I am way off. Yeah, that hypercan is a little too powerful. Let's see if we can parkour our way back over to where we need to be. There we go. And I think in this case, we could just line up the drone ports. We're not going to connect batteries or anything like that. I don't know. I don't like this placement. I don't feel like it's perfect, but I think it's as perfect as it's gonna get. This will be our sulfur shipper 1. And this will be our sulfur shipper 2. I want all of our storage from below, right? We've got a pretty significant amount of sulfur storage down here. So it gets mined, belted in, then a bunch of storage containers. But I want to also make sure that since we have all this mining going on, that it's distributed evenly. Okay, so what we're gonna do is then merge. So we split it, so each one can get its own speed. Allows us to go full belt. Okay, and then I think it just needs some power. I think the only reason why we're not loading is because we don't have power. Yep, there we go. That should be loading pretty fast, actually. And I think we just need to upgrade these lifts. Eventually, we'll have to come back and upgrade these belts. Alright, so if I go to battery sulfur beta, I want to hook this up to sulfur shipper 2. And if I go to battery sulfur alpha, I want to hook you up to shipper 1. I'd like to think that we should see a drone coming over that horizon anytime now. There's something moving. There it is. And they have 900 sulfur each. So, push comes to shove, we could always add more drones. But I think I want to keep the shipping parts open. So if we want to put more sulfur out into the world at various places in the location of the factory, then we can sort of do it knowing that that port's always free. If you fill every single drone port with a drone, then you run into a situation where things can get backed up. But by the time we get back over there, we should have some sulfur in the system, and we'll get a sense of how much. Oh boy. All right, there's our sulfur arriving. Now that sulfur is being used to make our aluminum products and our batteries. But we should see some sulfur over here. Very nice. $45 sulfur per click. That looks like it's about half, so there are some opportunities for upgrade. And we are cutting it from the... We're cutting it from the supply of the aluminum factory here. So, that's another thing to consider. Oh, it only used 12 batteries. That's actually a lot. That's probably 1.5 trips. build one more, maybe two more of these for right now. How about those autosaves, huh? Yeah, the amount of sulfur that's actually making it into the system is getting a little low. But we are making batteries. Whoa, 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 what are you doing? Okay, so inside of here, we have... We are going to need... We are going to need to ship batteries to where we're going to make these electromagnetic field generators. So that's something to consider. We've got plenty of aluminum so we can keep building. Just locally sourced. We already have 1,000 batteries. Oh yeah, this is where we wanted to heal this off. For whatever reason, I wanted to put batteries in hand. I don't know if that's actually necessary. So we could ship the batteries back along this line. We could do it underground, or we could do it above ground. Making it so you could see the batteries right here has its advantages. Just from a supervisory standpoint. The plastic we're providing is kind of low as well. I kind of want to have a post-production storage buffer You know how I am. I love my buffers. All right, well, we got our buffer. Now, where do we connect? Where do we connect the supply of battery? Right. I could whip that over there so I don't feel obligated to cut down a whole forest under here. But it's a little too long. Okay, so now we're supplying our drones that provide us with the sulfur with the batteries that they need to provide us with the sulfur so we can build more batteries. Here comes a drone right now. I don't think there's any way that these two drones are going to be able to keep up. 257 items per minute. Times 2, though, that's over 500. That's just over one Mark IV belt worth. And then it is getting split. Let's upgrade this path. Yeah, so we're taking half of what makes it... We're taking half of what makes it to this point and shipping it over to the battery factory. All my big talk about not wanting to have multiple drones on this list, I might have to do it. Let's grab some more aluminum here. Ow. Oops. All the details associated with this classic battery factory are set up in the previous video, previous live stream. Playlist is obviously in there, and I'll put it on the end card. I'm tempted to make this a different height than the other one. We're getting kind of close to it being the same height. Let's put one more in and call it. Well, let's see how many we have actually. Push comes to shove, we could do some overclocking. So 30 per build. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more would be 10. I think that's the right number. That's 300 batteries per second. 1, 2, 3, 300 batteries per minute. 4, 5, 7, 9. Yeah, one more would make 10. I think that's the number. If nothing else, the aluminum is being supplied in an incredible pace. We're right at an hour. I think I will go ahead and put those extra drones in. Obviously, drones are super convenient, but they're not really made for the movement of bulk materials. And we're basically asking for bulk material movement here. Sulfur is not exactly what you would call a refined product. So it's probably unreasonable for us to try to move this by drone. But it's the choice we've made and we're going to stick with it. So there's that too. It's weird that I always only see this drone. Oh, there he is. Aw. He didn't take me with him at all. I should have checked to see if I had the necessary materials for another drone, but... we will find out right now. We do. Sulfur Shipper 1 goes to Battery Sulfur Alpha. Sulfur Shipper 2 goes to Battery Port Beta. Oh, these guys don't have batteries. They'll pick up batteries on the other end. They just need a chunk of batteries to get started. Hey, that landing pad is clear now. You don't have to continue to circle. And it looks like they're going to fill up fast enough so we don't have to worry about 2 drones coming in so quickly that they leave less than full. I just put a crate in the world. Where is it, though? Right there. Okay. $13 steel pipe short. Let's sigh. All right, I think that's where we're gonna call it. Our battery factory is operational. Now we just need to go back to make it look what it needs to look like. And then I think it makes sense to get a hyper cannon, if not on the building, nearby. I do want to check in, though. We'll run over and check in. Actually, since we're recording this, we don't have to show the full run. I will come back once I make my way back over there. I'll be right back. All right, we're floating back in. We're right at an hour, so this is perfect timing. And we've increased our inputs by... we've doubled it, roughly. So now we're at 492. This side's probably a slightly different number, 419. That's pushing 1,000. I think both factories will appreciate those increased numbers. Actually, this side is pausing. See that? This side's running continuously. I think we need to take 50% from that side as well. At least have it be an option to the other factory. You know what I could do is I could take it out of the end of this. If it's pausing, it's still making to the end. Right? So that would have the least amount of impact on the aluminum products factory. We could just peel that right there. So we'll just take half the change of whatever's left over. And if I really wanted it, and I suppose I do, we could smart split this. The center is overflow. The right is, I guess, any. Though, if I wanted to, I should probably say sulfur. Be very specific about it. Yeah. So now, that last refinery right here gets full before that extra gets sent over to the classic battery factory, which currently is getting a decent amount of supply. Looks like we're hurting on copper ingots, but this is kind of, you know, the danger of this game is that now we'd have to go back and we'd have to trace that all the way back to our refinery. Actually, why is this? There's plenty of copper here. All right, last thing, then we're going to go back. We're going to call it. Ah, there's a Mark IV belt right here. Mark 5. It does get cut into the refinery or the aluminum factory for sheets. Yes, that's much better. And if we check the numbers, we've got 10 of these. This first one's overclocked, so it doesn't count. It needs 90 wire per minute, which I think is 45. 90 wire is 45 copper ingots per minute. So times 10, that's 450. That's half a belt at full speed. Actually, that's a little bit more than half a belt at full speed. $780 would be 390. So we're just under what we need to be on that copper line. Just checking to make sure I haven't put any crates into the world. So now the aluminum factory gets its own dedicated line of copper ingots. And now the classic battery factory is going to get the same. It was set up to be perfect, and then at the last second, did that. Definitely doesn't need its own line of copper ingot, but now it's getting it. Okay, factory officially functional. It's outputting batteries, it's getting a full supply of ingots, it's getting a full supply of sulfur, it's getting a full supply of plastic. And it's getting a full supply of all the things it needs to make classic batteries. I think we're going to call it there. That was a perfect classic battery factory build out. Right, it's getting plenty of aluminum. That's the one thing we don't have to worry about because this factory is dedicated to that effect. and it is cranking. Yes, the sulfur looks good. Plastic looks okay. But we are generating batteries. That's all that matters. Push comes to shove, we could always add a little bit more plastic to the mix. Matter of fact, let's go. We're going to check one more thing, then we're going to call it. Definitely. We're going to see what the highest machine in this vertical factory has to say about its supplies. Of course, by this point, it's been divided in half 10 times, so. Or maybe 9 times. Well, you're getting no power, so that's really a problem. Put that in the category of glad we checked. Short on wire, but that's because the wire hasn't been made yet. Wire's made on site. It looks like it's running to me. We'll drop some extra wire in there just for fun's sake. We'll check the second to last one, since this one's been running a little longer. 98%, which means 100. So we're all set. Next video, we'll just come back and peacefully put in the decorations, chop down a couple trees, and complete the factory. Thanks for hanging out. I do appreciate it. And we got it done in under 15 hours, so that's also good. We'll see you next time.